Welcome to Focus Media, everybody. Last time we spoke about the lottery, and last thing I said in that video is we're going to win. And I had to ponder over that for the last couple of weeks because we're probably not going to win. I'm definitely a person that believes in the law of attraction, manifestation, and all the good things that can change your life through positive reinforcement and a positive attitude. But some things in just today's world is not meant to be mastered. Gambling is not meant to be mastered. Let's talk about RNG technology.
The Hoosier Lottery is committed to operating in a socially responsible way. This includes ensuring all drawings are conducted with the highest level of integrity. For select Hoosier Lottery draw games, such as Hoosier Lotto, we use an automated drawing machine that contains random number generator, or RNG software, that is certified by an independent, out-of-state lab. The RNG ensures a sequence of numbers is generated randomly, without any pattern. Every step of the process is led by an experienced security team professional and an independent auditor. The Hoosier Lottery has 4 automated drawing machines. The security of each automated draw machine is of utmost importance. Access to the machine is limited, and the draw areas are under 24-hour video surveillance. Each drawing follows a strict procedure that includes testing and oversight. The security team member selects the game that is scheduled to be drawn, and the system takes over using the RNG to generate numbers for the game. Winning numbers are then displayed on the screen and subsequently shared with our players. The results are verified by several quality assurance tests to ensure the numbers are truly random. The machines are not connected to any network or internet, and that disconnectivity is verified by an independent auditor prior to each drawing. These controls ensure the system is being used appropriately, and the drawings are conducted according to the policies and procedures established. Each drawing is recorded and saved in accordance with the retention schedule approved by the Indiana Archives and Records Administration. The Hoosier Lottery values integrity, transparency, and security. All of our drawings are open to the public. To arrange a live, in-person viewing, visit the Contact Us page at HoosierLottery.com. For more information on how the Hoosier Lottery encourages responsible gaming, visit HoosierLottery.com/RG.
Now, audience, I want you to pay attention to something. Ever since the beginning of the lottery, they want to reassure you that your money is safe to gamble. You don't have to worry about ethics. You don't have to worry about manipulation. And I call bullshit. I compiled this video to kind of give you a brief but in-depth understanding on different ways the lottery, online casinos, stock market, everything can be manipulated, which us people that don't have all the money in the world, we try to put our money into to get a return that we would never get from just naturally working. So, speaking of naturally working and a long life, we have an old man here from a local news, looks like the Dallas Morning News in Texas. He's just randomly talking to a newscaster about why he think that the pick 3 is rigged, and I'm right with him. If you notice, this is tying into the RNG technology. RNG technology is a random generated number. Or random number generator, excuse me. RNG technology is a random number generator. It's a computer program that is allowed to choose the numbers randomly. Simple as that. But one thing we're forgetting is that it's a computer program. It's an algorithm. It's a bot. We have to get our tickets in pick 3, pick 4 within an hour before drawing. And now that there's no more machines that's actually being shown with the balls moving inside of the unit, we will not know exactly if these numbers are really, physically random. We like to see physical. Even the Powerball and Mega Millions still have physical balls, but we're starting to see a turn to digital, which can be manipulated. As this guy speaks, he's saying he's starting to see a lot more zeros in the lottery, and I think that is, it's anything is possible. But also, ever since they digitized the lottery with RNG technology, there is a lot more zeros. But that's what they're going to say is random. So we're going to let the old guy speak and kind of get an understanding of what he's trying to say.
Your name and spell it for me?
Oh, my name is Norman. I'm an old man. Believe it or not, I'm 90. I would have never made it if it took talent. But I do, like the rest of the old men, when I say old, go play the lottery. In Texas, you don't have the off-track betting, so you go play lottery. And I've been pretty successful playing, but all of a sudden I've been watching it very closely, and zeros have been coming up. Occasionally they come up once in a while, but it's come up a lot more than usual. In one case it was 006, which is very unusual. So I called up the newspaper to check and see if anybody's manipulating the pick 3. And I was told that it's hard because it's a bunch of balls that if it was done through a computer, it'd be easier. But this one particular gambling thing is not easily manipulated. In fact, they've never had it in Texas. Which is hard to believe. Nothing wrong in Texas.
I feel sorry for Norman. But yeah, this is just the explanation of him saying, hey, the pick 3 numbers are different now. Why are the pick 3 numbers are different? He's used to seeing actual numbers, anything usually from 1 through 9, I believe. And he's starting to see a lot more zeros. It's probably because of that RNG technology.
With more than $1 billion on the line, this place can feel a lot like Fort Knox. There's a red plastic lock with a barcode that must match a code kept only by an auditor. There are 8 security cameras, and Tom DeLaSensory, secretary of the Florida Lottery, has muscle agents on standby.
And what's a muscle employee?
The multi-state lottery, which is in charge of Powerball. There's
Nobody
4.
with big muscles.
Nobody with big muscles, no.
Okay.
2 of the 4 machines and even the lottery balls are selected randomly.
They are x-rayed, they are weighed to make sure that they're all right, and then they're sealed into a case.
As an added precaution, the handlers aren't allowed to touch them with their bare hands.
They have to have gloves on because we don't want any oils on the ball or any moisture on the ball. That could affect the draw.
At around 9 p.m. Eastern Time tonight, 2 Powerball machines inside this vault will be selected at random. They will then be rolled into this drawing room where we're told 13 people behind that glass will be allowed to watch the drawing. Scott, we're told within an hour of the Powerball jackpot happening, we could know if there's a jackpot winner.
And if there is no winner, the jackpot goes up to $2 billion. David Begnaud, thanks very much.
Next, I'm going to be showing you the actual Powerball headquarters. I'm not sure if they're still in Florida, but this is actual footage from the Powerball headquarters and how they run their quality control and how they actually run the show. So you can see the green screens, you can see the balls, you can see people tell you what they do. But my biggest thing with these Powerball machines and Mega Million machines is I think they specifically are rigged. I don't believe that these balls are sucked randomly from this tube. I don't want to sound like a nut, but I believe the balls are underneath the machine, and when they use this mechanism in the middle to push the ball to the top for it to drop, I believe that ball comes from underneath the machine. That's just my theory. But if you watch this video closely, they're giving us all this reassurance that the Powerball, or Mega Millions for that matter, is safe and it's always secure. Why do they have to reassure that? So let's take a look and kind of get deeper into how Powerball actually operates.
All of our equipment is stored in a double-locked sealed vault, and it's alarmed. And just to get inside that vault, it takes a minimum of 3 people, auditors, muscle staff, and security people. We have 4 machines that are just like the ones I have behind me, and 4 sets of balls for each color, red and white. And these are randomly selected just before each drawing, so no one ever knows, which piece of equipment is going to be used.
So one of the most interesting things I found online about lottery and the lottery scam, I would have to consider Eddie Tipton the most alarming red flag in this lottery life and lottery manipulation. Eddie Tipton used to work for a lottery company as a security person. Eddie Tipton was a very smart person. Let me say this. How we see in the cryptocurrency market, where a lot of people are creating coins, they're writing code, making websites. These people are very intelligent, and they're allowed to use their skills at a specific point of time when other people didn't know about computer algorithms, didn't know about trading bots, didn't know about how the market is controlled. There is a trading is done by computers, not people. We trade our own currency and our own money away, but the banks trade with computers. Just like Powerball uses computers, just like any lottery uses computers now. So that means they control the edge, just like a casino. I'm done talking about that. Eddie Tipton. You really should look more into Eddie Tipton. Eddie Tipton was a guy who was found, I believe he was found guilty of conspiracy because he pretty much rigged the lottery. And this was a lottery where you actually had to pick a certain amount of numbers. So it was a $16 million lottery. $16 million lottery, and he was able to hand in the ticket for the winning jackpot numbers. How do you take the odds of 300 million or whatever the odds were for that specific game and just completely remove them? Because you have to know how to be the wizard. Eddie Tipton was literally the wizard. He could write code on how lottery games worked. Then he was able to put that algorithm or computer malware into the system, which would choose the next numbers. He took that information, went and bought a ticket, probably picked the numbers around it, including the winning numbers, and was able to win a $16 million jackpot, but did not claim the money in person because he was a lottery worker. And he tried to get a trust to claim it and some lawyers. And didn't work out. He did go to jail, but Eddie Tipton is actually a good guy for exposing the lottery. Let's watch his story.
A lottery worker, he's accused of orchestrating the largest lotto scam ever. Prosecutors say this was a 21st century inside job to win a $16.5 million jackpot. This is a story that we've been following for months. Elaine Keano is here now with the latest details. Elaine, this is a good one. Good morning.
It really is. Good morning. Eddie Tipton was one of only 4 people who had security clearance to the lottery's so-called drawing room. It is there that investigators say he hacked into computers and installed sophisticated malware that was designed to vanish without a trace. Now prosecutors have to make their case without that evidence. Prosecutors say this surveillance video shows a hooded and bearded Eddie Tipton buying a winning lotto ticket at a Des Moines convenience store in 2010. Tipton was then security director for the Multi-State Lottery Association, making it illegal for him to play the lottery. Investigators say he purchased the $16.5 million winning ticket after he rigged the game in his favor. In 2011, just hours before the ticket was set to expire, attorneys representing a trust attempted to claim the prize money.
Beyond a reasonable doubt, not only was he the purchaser of that ticket, not only did he pass that ticket along to be claimed by others, but that he tampered with lottery equipment in order to know what those winning numbers would be.
The prosecution alleges Tipton tampered with security cameras and used a thumb drive to install malware, enabling him to pick the winning numbers. Examinations of the lottery's computers showed no signs of tampering. Tipton's attorneys deny he was part of a scheme and say it's not him in the surveillance video.
This isn't a case about deductions and inferences. This is a case about speculation.
This is a very unique case in that most of the evidence that should be there is not. And the prosecution's theory is because it was self-deleting.
Adam Scott Want is a digital forensics and cybersecurity expert at John Jay College. He says the trial highlights the challenge law enforcement face when prosecuting computer crimes.
There's no evidence directly linking him to this crime, and that all the evidence out there is hypothetical or circumstantial. So the defense in this case has a fairly powerful argument for reasonable doubt, and it's going to be up to the prosecution to overcome that.
There is one piece of digital evidence that can hurt the defense and Tipton's credibility: his cell phone records. They show he was in Iowa when the tickets were purchased and not in Texas, where he claims to have been instead. If convicted, Tipton could face 10 years in prison. Nora?
All right.
Should never have made that call.
I know. Cell phone records, did you say, fellas? Hi.
Oh, I wasn't there. There
Mr.
you
Tipton,
go.
apparently very smart man if what they're saying is true.
Indeed.
Bruh. He scammed the lottery and then was able to go to court and act not guilty, like he didn't do shit. Oh, you can't prove it because he got money. You got to think about that. America is different. I'm just say that. America is very different. And you know what I mean by different. So, Eddie Tipton scammed. I don't know if they paid that lottery, but he already was connected to millions of other dollars in winning collections. So, this is just to show you that there's multiple different variables now connected to the lottery. It's not just a ball in a machine, or just like we seen in the beginning of the video, air machine, and it's a different monster now. There's computer that's controlling everything. Everything's going digital, meaning that we can be easily controlled. Our money can be frozen. Things can be really serious in the next coming years. So lottery and gambling is something that you should try to get in check if you really want to have any type of resources going forward in these tough years to come. So just wanted to put this on your breakfast table or your dinner table, and you take it as you see. I'm really trying to build the channel. I need you guys to like, subscribe, share the video everywhere you can, because we need to get somebody to understand these lotteries, Powerball, Mega Millions, Pick 3, Pick 4. Go online, go state to state and see. Most of them are digital. And then go to the past winning numbers. Listen to what the old man says. There's zeros coming up now. When you had the physical balls, I don't remember zeros being even a part of the equation, but if there was, it wouldn't come up as much. And that's all he's saying. And now there is computer randomization that obviously can be manipulated, as we were showing in Eddie Tipton's case. Love you guys. Welcome back to Focus X.